Calcar Quarries, Dillon Scott Funeral Home, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, In Focus Eye Care, Jeremy Payton, Edward Jones, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC, and Orange County Fiber, Orange County CASA, the only health and living community, Springs Valley Bank and Trust, Summer Seamless Guttering, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Springer Insurance, Team OC Youth Mentoring, Whitfield Investments, and the Orange County Community Foundation. Now, let's head to the action. This is Mix 95.3 WUME, your home for local sports.
After an impressive win on the road last night over Henryville, 69-42 to open up the season, Paoli Rams return home for the first time in this young basketball season. A doubleheader weekend. They look to go 2-0 at home tonight, taking on the Lanesville Eagles. Good evening, everybody, from Chambers Gymnasium. Dave Dedrick along with Bert Pedigo. It's time now for Rams basketball on Mix 95.3, streaming live on WUME953.com, and ask Alexa to play Mix 95.3. Rams 1-0. The Eagles are 0-2, but an impressive victory for Paoli. Did a lot of things right on the road last night.
Yeah, really did. You didn't know exactly what to expect coming out because of how much scoring had been lost from last year's team, but you knew that you had the size and the physicality and that they were going to come out and play hard, and that's what got them through that more than anything against Henryville. They just overpowered them, and I didn't think it really took so much effect in the first half, but the second half especially, when Paoli started making Henryville miss shots, got out and ran at them and built that lead up and won going away.
Lanesville 0-2 coming in, but again will prove to be, as always, a tough test.
They always are. It's just that mindset for the Lanesville kids. They're going to come out, and you know they're going to play hard. Always have, always will. The results may not be there just yet. They are a young ball club, similar to what Henryville was last night. Maybe not as young, but close to it. They've got a new coach trying to implement a new system, and there's always growing pain with that. And you throw in the fact that they are a young club, and it may take a while, but by the end of the year, you'll have to deal with them.
It's the Rams and the Eagles tonight on the James A. Babcock Court at Chambers Gymnasium. As we continue with the Team OC pregame show, Team OC expanding possibilities one child at a time. We'll talk with head coach Chris Carruthers of Lanesville and Dusty Cole of Paoli. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summer's seamless guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind. Installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summer's seamless gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summer's Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Have you heard? Springs Valley's free easy checking account is the GOAT.
Wait, what do goats have to do with checking accounts?
Not actually, GOATs. GOAT stands for greatest of all time.
Oh, so what makes it so great?
It's truly free. No monthly fees, no gimmicks, and only a $50 minimum opening deposit required.
Now that is the greatest of all time.
Visit svbt.bank or stop by your local Springs Valley Banking Center to open your free easy checking account today. Your member FDIC equal housing lender.
As we continue with the Team OC pregame show, head coach Chris Carruthers of Lanesville joins us now. His team on the road. They'll be taking on the Rams here tonight. We'll get into this Saturday night matchup in just a few minutes. But Coach Carruthers, welcome to Paoli. And if you would kind of give us a little bit of your background since it's your first year at Lanesville.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Appreciate all you do for the community here, covering high school sports. I know it means a lot to the fans, the families, and to the boys. I grew up here, for the most part. Moved here in '99 from Oklahoma, so we hail from out west. But graduated from Christian Academy in 2011. So, played against, Paoli legend Logan Laswell, back in the day. Went on to Franklin College, played some ball up there, and then came back and started coaching right after graduating. So I was at Christian Academy for a few years, Rock Creek for a year, and then the last 6 years at Providence. So very familiar with Paoli and the drive up 150. So, yeah.
All right, Coach, if you would kind of tell us about philosophy, things that you're trying to instill here at Lanesville.
Yeah, the biggest, everyone talks about culture. The biggest thing, we have to, everyone says they want to win, but you got to prepare to win, and so we making everything competitive, you want to win, it starts in practice, you don't just show up on game day and things go your way and you win. You got to prepare to be winners, and that starts with culture. So really big focus on culture and, trying to reinforce this player-led team mentality. Because players don't win, or players win games and coaches win games. So that's kind of where we are, and we've taken some strides here in the last week for sure. In the sense where we don't want to be a team that when they face adversity they shrivel up, but we go out every day, prepared and ready to fight to the final whistle. So hopefully that's what we give the fans and our fans something to see here. So.
Coach, what have you learned about your team in these first two ball games?
I have learned that when we can play with anyone if we come out ready. Learned, some things, you gotta going from being at a place for 6 years and being familiar with the boys and everyone in the middle school coming up knows the expectations. You can get complex, for us, keeping things simple. Keeping our defensive game plan simple, our assignments simple, and, our offense simple. Just pass and cut, move the ball, and cut hard. So we do have a great group. They like to be pushed hard, which is huge. They want to, that's what they want, and they're hungry, So I told them last night, pressure makes diamonds, and we took strides to turn up the pressure yesterday. So hoping that our difficult schedule and the gauntlet of games we have kind of prepares us for the postseason. So,
Coach, offensively, defensively, what are you trying to do out on the floor?
Offensively, we want to move the ball, man. Just get ball reversals, make teams play defense. We are the big debate these days are, do you want a shot clock in high school basketball or not? I'm not going to say we're a team that just sits there and puts the ball in our hips, but we do want to break teams down defensively. So we do that by getting ball reversals, attacking closeouts, and just sharing the ball, being unselfish, playing for your teammates, playing for each other. Basketball is more fun that way. Defensively, similar concept in terms of team defense. We want to sit down, roll up our shorts, and keep a guy in front. Hawk, active. We want to be one connected unit. So that's, of course, that things don't come overnight. We're still working on it. But I hope that's what you see a glimmer of it, a possession or two. And that's what you see. So.
Coach, what about your matchup with Paoli tonight?
Man, even going back to 2011, they're a physical group, and I expect nothing but physicality tonight. I told our boys you got to be prepared to be strong with the ball. They run a number of different defenses at you, so you always got to be locked in on your toes, communicating. And so, they've got some guys. One's right in front of me here who can shoot it a little bit. They can be dangerous, especially if they start forcing early turnovers, getting out in transition, running. And just because the shot goes up does not mean the possession's over. You got a dominant force like Chad Sullivan down low who'll grab just about every rebound if you let him. So that goes for all of their starters there, 1 through 5. They play hard. They're aggressive on defense and offense, and we have to be ready. If we're not, it'll be a bad night for the Lanesville Eagles. But that's the challenge. How are we going to respond, and are we ready? So.
Coach, as you break it down offensively, defensively, what do you have to do to win tonight on the road?
You've got to take care of the ball, and that sounds cliche, but we talk about valuing the ball, and the first thing you think about is offensively, not turning the ball over, right? That's the obvious. but are we getting the shots that we want? I've seen Paoli play some zone, and you'll get wide open shots against the zone. However, most teams tell you, or that most teams play zone because a team might not shoot very well, or they want to force you to take quick shots. So are we getting ball reversals? Are we getting inside-out threes? Are we playing inside to inside? All of those things go into value in the ball. And also coming up with rebounds. Like we said, shot goes up, you've got some dogs, so some guys who will go in and rebound. And so you got to, if there's 50-50 balls, we have to come up with them. Rebounds, we got to come up with them. So how much is the ball in our hands in terms, and that's what we think about when we say value in the ball. Offensively or defensively, stop their transition and keep them off the board is kind of it for them. They've got, like I said, they've got some firepower. I believe they scored 60-something points last night against the tough Henryville team. First shot might not kill you, but it's the second and third shot that'll kill you. So finish possessions with rebounds and have a hand up on open shots. So
Line up for your ball club tonight.
We will go Braxton Holland at the guard, Isaac Klusmeyer at the other guard, Nolan Pierce at the forward, Aiden Lieber at the forward, and Gage Petty as a forward as well. So
then off the bench for you,
we have Braden Crozier. He's proven that he can, a freshman for us, proven that he can hang and he wants to get better. He likes to be pushed hard. After every game the last 2 weeks, he's been asking, Coach, what can I do to get better? So love that. We also have another freshman who we might see get some action just in terms of matchup, Dalton Allen. But we're going to definitely look to go to our bench a little bit more coming off a hard-fought game last night. Guys playing a lot of minutes. I'll keep it at that.
Everybody healthy, though, ready to go tonight?
For the most part. We got hit with the injury bug at the start. Dalton Allen is one who's coming off an ankle injury. I think he suffered that on the first or second day of practice. Another senior for us, Dallin Gisselback. He suffered a wrist injury early on, and then Connor Graham, a junior, got an ankle injury as well. So they're all healing. They're participating in warm-ups, but the guys that we mentioned before will come in and be ready to go. So,
Coach Crothers, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game tonight.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Head Coach Chris Crothers of Lanesville. Stay tuned. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat Low-Fill Insulation System makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat Insulation System by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Team OC pregame show rolls on with head coach Dusty Cole of Paoli joining us now. Rams at home for the first time this season, and also the back end of a doubleheader weekend to start off the season after picking up the big win last night. Rams look to bounce back and make it a 2-0 weekend. They'll take on Lanesville tonight. We'll talk about that matchup in just a few minutes. But, Coach, a big win on the road to start off the season last night, and the biggest takeaways in that victory for your Rams?
Well, it kind of took us a half, just maybe kind of get the jitters out. I don't know, jitters or just the kids being excited, I think. more than anything, we've been practicing against each other. In our practices, we don't blow the whistles a lot. We just kind of let them play a little bit. We want them to play through contact some, and I think early on in that game we probably had a couple fouls out front, jumped out to a pretty good lead early, and then they started to hit us with some whistles and put them on the free throw line, and they got some easy points there, and just took us a little bit just to get into the flow of things, I think. And we kind of struggled to get stops there for about a quarter, which is not like our defense, So we just kind of talked about it a little bit, made a few adjustments at the half. It was a team that we kind of realized that at the half, we didn't have to speed them up. They're playing pretty fast anyway. So we just started to drop back into our half court stuff and did a lot better job getting stops that way.
They were able to control that second half. But, Coach, as you mentioned, kind of started there the last 3 minutes of that second quarter and then kept that rolling right out at the start of the third quarter.
And I think part of that was just to kind of wear them down the first half. They kind of stayed with us a little bit, but you kind of saw the run right there at the end of the first half where it was 7-0 run, 8-0 run. That was big for us. We got some big minutes off the bench. We had 2 or 3 guys with a couple fouls. And, Clay and Cade came in and gave us pretty good minutes there. But at the end of the halves, that's where you're going to kind of see those runs. And then as you get into the second half, you're going to see it more and more. And I think it just kind of took its toll a little bit. They started missing shots from the outside. We controlled the paint for sure. I thought our big guys did a nice job getting position. And they shot a high percentage. But we want to do that all year long. That's something that we want to take advantage of. Chad and Dane have really both gotten better at getting position in there. And between the two of them, they're just hard to guard. One of them's going to have like the second center, the second guy, and we can take advantage of that guy a lot, and then they're good on the glass too. And we only had a slight lead at the half. I think we only had a 4 rebounding average or something, or a lead on the boards, but the second half we controlled the glass, only gave them 1 shot, ended up out-rebounding by almost 20.
But, Coach, a big key stat was the fact the number of assists that led to baskets for you last night.
Lots of assists. We moved the ball well. We shared the ball. Cooper had 14 himself. I can't remember a kid that's had more than that since I've been around here. But he's the leader out there. He's a 4-year starter. And, he controls the game well. But he did a nice job. But the team ended up with 28 or so, too. So we moved the ball well. And that's kind of what we have this year. We have the balance this year. You kind of saw that as well. I think we had 3 double figures and 2 guys with 8. So just about had 5 of them in double figures. If we would hit free throws, we probably would have. And there's always a couple things to look at, but we didn't take care of the ball very well. Coughed it up 15 or 16 times. That's a lot for us. Didn't shoot the ball well from the free throw line, but it's early in the season. These kids haven't been shooting basketball, but just a couple weeks now, so hopefully that gets better.
Quick turnaround tonight, Coach. The back end of a doubleheader weekend. Lanesville comes to town. What are you going to face here tonight in these Eagles?
Well, they're a team that has a really good player, the Pierce kid, Nolan Pierce. He hurt us last year as a freshman, probably averaged 15 or 16 a game. He can really take advantage of the mismatches a little bit because he's about a 6'2", 6'3" player, but he can play inside or out. So he can score in a lot of ways, 3-level score. We'll have to know where he is at all times. And then they just have some other guys that have a lot of balance with their other guys. Big takeaway we see, we don't see a lot of depth. I think that's going to be big for us, and we have a big advantage in the paint. I think their 2 tallest guys, which is the Pierce kid, about 6'2" or so. Then they have a sophomore out there that's about 6'4" or so. But they're the ones out there handling the ball a lot, and they're the outside threats too. And they don't really have a true post guy. So we think we can take advantage of the paint a little bit, use our muscle a little bit, and I think that'll make a big difference. And I think we can hurt them on the glass.
Coach, we always talk about the steps made from Game 1 to Game 2. You don't have any practice between Games 1 and Games 2, but with this senior-dominated team, what kind of steps forward do you want to see them take tonight?
Well, for sure, taking care of the ball. That's the first takeaway for sure. We can't cough it up 15 or 16 times. That's too many for us. And we need probably keep that around 10 or under. With the speed we're playing, we understand we might cough it up a little bit more, and that's okay. That's going to happen some, but that was just too many for us, and some of those even came on like a 2-on-1, 3-on-2. So really have to take advantage of those. But I thought that our bench play was pretty good. We got some good points off our bench. Ian came in, had 10 points off the bench, but we had a couple guys coming off bench. Kirkland had a 13 off the bench. So we got a lot of points off the bench, and I think we're going to get that just about every night. And then Justin hadn't even played yet. He can come in and score too. So that's always going to be big for us. And we always have to take advantage of that. But that's something we have to do a little better job of, and just keeping guys in front, moving our feet. We had too many fouls that first half, obviously, and got to the end of that first quarter, we had 3 guys over there with 2 fouls, and because we're deep, we can get through that a little bit, but it's still not ideal, and it can hurt us a little bit and throw the rotations off, and just got to move our feet a little bit better.
Line up for your ball club tonight?
We'll start the same way we did. So we got Chad and Dane at the forwards, and then we'll have Dakota and Cooper at the guards, and then Traylon Cat plays both. He goes inside and out a little bit, and, that'd be the first 5.
Then off your bench?
Off the bench, Kirkland will come in early, and Ian will come in early, and then we might even throw in Kate out there and Colton.
Coach Cole, as always, thank you for the time and the talk, and your ball club have a good game tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Head Coach Dusty Cole of the Paoli Rams. Stay tuned. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
You can make a difference in the life of abused and neglected children in Orange County. I'm Orange County Circuit Court Judge Steve Owen, and we have a court-appointed special advocate program, or CASA, right here in Orange County, and we need your help. There's no special skills required, and we can train you on the skills that are needed. All you have to do is just call Robin Brown today and tell her that you want to help us help these children feel safe and loved here in Orange County. That's Orange County CASA at 812-653-4889.
As we wrap up the Team OC pregame show, Team OC expanding possibilities one child at a time. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. And with the starters tonight, here's Bert Pedigo.
First off for the Lanesville Eagles and Coach Chris Carruthers, 0-2 on the young year. They will start this way, 3 forwards and 2 guards. The forwards will be Nolan Pierce, Aiden Lieber, and Gage Petty. Pierce, 6'3", a sophomore, averaging 16 points per ball game. Lieber, 6'2", a junior, averaging 10.5. And Petty, 6 foot, a sophomore, averaging 3.5. The starting guards, Braxton Holland and Isaac Klusmeyer. Holland, 5'7", a junior, averaging 11 per game. Klusmeyer, he's 5'10", and a senior, averaging 11 per contest. For Paoli and Coach Dusty Cole, 1-0 on the year. Number 9 in the AP poll, 15 in the USA poll. They will start this way with a couple of forwards, a center, and a couple of guards. The forwards will be Trey Minton and Dean Padgett. Minton, 6'2", a senior, averaging 4 per game. Padgett, 6'3", a senior, averaging 11. Chad Sullivan starts at center tonight, 6'3", a senior, averaging 13. And your guards will be Cooper Spires and Dakota Apple. Spires, 6'1", a senior, averaging 8. And Apple, 6'3", a junior, averaging 8 as well. Offensively, Paoli scoring it so far at 69 per game, giving up 42 on the defensive side. Lanesville, they scored at 50 and give up 76 on the defensive side. Your starting lineups, they've been brought to you by Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James. Paoli, they're in the home whites, trimmed in the purple and the gold. Lanesville in the traveling purples. And Dave Dedrick will take us through tonight's ball game.
Sullivan controls the tip in the backcourt. Apple has it, gives it off the Spires. Will bring it up the left side against the Lanesville man-to-man. Rams look to post up down low, already a mismatch. Padgett down there with Holland to the right of the key. Spires dumps it down to Dane. One power dribble in the lane, shot up and good. He was perfect from the field last night. Starts off 1 out of 1 here tonight, and the Rams lead it quickly 2-0. Full court pressure in the middle of the ball. Deflected, stolen midcourt by Apple. Here's Padgett driving left side. Dane lays it up and in. And just like that, the Rams are up 4-0 quickly like they were last night. 2-2-1 full court pressure down the left sideline. Holland into the offensive end. Gets it down into the corner. Still keeps the dribble alive to stay out of the double team. Long three left side by Lieber comes up short. And the rebound pulled down by Sullivan. Chad will give it off to Spires, and he'll bring it up the right side on the dribble, gets it in the offensive end, lob it low post, right side to Sullivan, back to the basket, going to back in again, feels some contact, a little short jumper over Petty is up and good, and the Rams are up quickly 6-0 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. 1-2-1-1 press this time on the left side, and there's Spires reaching in to tie up Lieber. Lieber asking for some help from his teammates, but he dribbled right into that double team.
Right off the bat, the physicality of Paoli very evident, just bigger, stronger than what Lanesville is.
On the jump ball, the possession arrow will keep it with Lanesville. Klusmeyer, 5'10", and a senior. They'll give it up out front to Holland between the circles. Rams staying in their half-court man-to-man, working around the perimeter. Lieber with the basketball to the right of the key. Flashing to the high post is Petty. Can't get it to him, to Holland. Holland between the circles on the dribble, right along the volleyball spike line. Give it up to Pierce, their best player. He's 6'3" and a sophomore. Dribbles into the free throw line, cut off by Minton. There's Apple to reach in and smack that ball away. A lot of contact at the free throw line area. A foul will be called on the Rams.
And that foul is going to go on Traylon Minton. That's going to be his first and team first as well.
6:20 to go in the first quarter. Rams up 6-0. On the sideline, Lieber looking to get it inbounds. Comes to Klusmeyer right down the left sideline in front of the Rams cheer block. Used up the dribble, needs some help, and Holland fumbles it in the backcourt, and that'll be an over and back. And that's turnover number 3 on the Eagles.
And Lanesville just hasn't been able to get into any kind of offensive sync on this end. Paoli defensively pushing them out a little bit higher than what they want to be and a little bit further out to the wings.
Rams work against the man-to-man, go double high post, goes to the right elbow. Sullivan down the lane. Padgett into the lane. His short jumper, 10-footer, no good off the glass. Tipped around. Dane comes back up with it a second time. Couldn't get that one to fall, and finally Pierce will come out of there with the rebound. Rams some opportunities, couldn't get him to fall at the free throw line. Dribbling is Lieber. Give it back to Holland just inside the free throw line. Weave it down through the lane. Pull up. Lieber, 10-footer, right elbow, no good. Mitten up high has the rebound for Paoli. Trey will bring it up. Bounce pass ahead to it. Running Dane Padgett on the left side. Lays it up and good. Padgett with 6. The Rams score in transition and lead it 8-0. Timeout, Lanesville. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Rams steal the inbounds pass. Spires spots Dane Padgett again down low in the right block. Dane a little bit too hard off the glass, didn't get the basket to fall, but he is fouled and will be at the free throw line.
A foul on Holland, that'll be his first and team first as well.
Dane coming in, one of the few players that was 1 for 1 at the line last night. This one bounces off. One of the things that the Rams came out, what you might put on the negative side of the ledger last night, was their free throw shooting, just 7 out of 19 in that ball game.
Check that foul. It's actually on Pierce, number 2, instead of number 1.
Second free throw by Paget. It rattles around, spins around, it spins out, tipped out by Sullivan. Ball loose. Pierce has it on the floor at the top of the key. Knocked away, though, and stolen, and coming out of there with it is Cooper Spires. The Apple dump it down low. Here's Sullivan driving in traffic, lays it up, and good. Power move by Chad Sullivan. He's got 4, and the Rams are up 10-0 as we play nearly 3 minutes. Down the left sideline, Lieber against the full court pressure. Bounce pass up front. Klusmeyer can't hold on to it. Steal by Apple. Long lead pass to Mitten. Tracks it down before it goes out of bounds on the baseline. Slowed up in the offensive end. Apple to the right of the key. Will pull it back out to Spires. Down low, here's Paget. Another mismatch. Drives in right side. Shot no good. Gets his own rebound. Strong effort. Puts it back up and in. Paget shooting till he makes. He's got 8. It's 12-0. Pierce at the 10-second line. Fires it in the backcourt to Lieber. And finally across the 10-second line to Holland. Holland works with 4:34 to go in the first quarter. Stepping into 3. Pierce to the right of the key. No good. Deep rebound. Holland has it. He's on the right wing. He'll reset it. Lieber, he'll launch 3 straight away. It's up and good. Aiden Lieber gets the first points of the night at the 4:20 mark to make it a 12-3 ball game in favor of Paoli. Down low again. Here's Sullivan backing in. Turns in the lane. Another 5-foot jump shot up and good. 6 by Chad. And the Rams are working it down low under the much smaller and less physical team from Lanesville and really taking advantage of it. 11-point lead halfway through the first quarter of play on the James A. Babcock court on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Around the perimeter, Holland has it to the left of the key to Lieber, work it right side to Petty. Petty down low on the baseline, ball knocked away, deflected, stolen by Mitten. 7 turnovers on Lanesville. Quickly into the offensive end, Traylon Mitten will slow it up. Bounce pass to the right elbow. Paget's pass is deflected. It's stolen the other way. Klusmeyer comes down with it and saves it right in front of the Rams cheer block. Rams, though, with Dakota Apple, the active hands, able to deflect it out of bounds.
Substitutions for Paoli. You're going to see Ian Sullivan and Kirkland Hughes get their first action of the night. Minton and Dane Paget will go to the Paoli bench. Good play defensively that time by Apple, not giving up on the possession. Very nearly came up with another steal.
See, Connor Graham checking in, understanding that he was told he was not playing. He's not even in on our list. He comes in at about 6 foot and a junior wearing number 12. Out high between the circles, Holland has it. Here's Pierce down the lane. The ball poked away, stolen by Apple on a nice defensive play. Bobbling it, Dakota fires it to a cutting Kirkland Hughes right side. His shot no good. Rebound, though, Chad Sullivan back up in the basket and good. The Rams continue to pound that offensive glass. And Sullivan will be at the free throw line for a 3-point play opportunity.
That foul's going to go on 23 in purple, Gage Petty, his first, team second.
At the free throw line will be Chad Sullivan. Just 1 out of 4 at the stripe last night. See if he can get a streak going here. Free throw is up. It rattles in and out, no good. Apple got a hand on it, and it deflected off the hand of Klusmeyer for Lanesville, and the Rams will get it back.
I thought one of the most telling things in the pregame from Coach Carruthers of Lanesville was the fact that if the ball goes up, that doesn't mean the possession's over. And Paoli, very evident on that one because they tipped it off of Lanesville.
Hughes lightens up 3 from the right corner, in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Petty in traffic. They'll give it off out front to Graham, and Graham will slowly bring it across the timeline. Holland works it into the offensive end between the circles. Ball deflected by Ian Sullivan. Give it to Pierce. Crosses over down the lane. A running 10-footer up and good. First 2 of the night for Nolan Pierce, who averages 16 a game. Quickly the other way. Ian Sullivan back to Apple. Dakota down the lane. Jump pass in the corner. 3 launch left side by Spires. No good. And on the deep rebound, a foul going to be called. Klusmeyer, much smaller, had inside position. Rebound came down, though, in the hands of Kirkland Hughes. However, the official said he climbed his back, and that foul will go on Hughes.
That foul on Hughes, his first and team second. Substitutions, Apple and Chad Sullivan out. And you look at Minton and Paget coming back into the ballgame, so the rotation on substitutions has begun.
Rams staying there 2-2, 1 full court pressure, and down the left sideline, they're trying to get past the defense's Klusmeyer, but a reach-in foul going to be called on Paoli.
Yeah, Sullivan Ian that time. He was reaching in, trying to get a hold of what he thought was going to be a loose basketball, but kind of bumped into the Lanesville player. That foul on Ian, his first and team third.
Holland running the point out front, dishes it off right side to Klusmeyer, crosses over down the lane, and as he made a little shovel pass right at the elbow, Too much contact there by the Rams, and all of a sudden, Ian's in a bit of foul trouble.
Yeah, he's already got 2 personal fouls, does Ian Sullivan. That's team foul number 4. Got him caught with that arm bar, basically, against the offensive player.
Into the corner, Graham has it. Pass it out front around the perimeter. Klusmeyer to Holland. Holland to the left of the key. Rams stay in their half-court man-to-man as we near the 2-minute mark. Paoli up 16-5. Pierce in the corner, picked up by Mitten. Pierce with the dribble, hands it off. Klusmeyer into the corner, goes on the baseline, turns, shot from 5 feet, no good. Rebound pulled down by Petty, loose on the floor. He bobbled it, lost it, but coming out of there with the steal is Mitten. Long lead pass to Sullivan. Ian between 2 players, lays it up and good. Little up and under move by the junior, his first 2 of the night, and it's an 18-5 ball game. Out high with the basketball. Pierce has it, looking. Cross court, goes left side to Klusmeyer across the timeline, down the left sideline, all the way to the basket. Oh, a nice shovel pass over to Pierce, or make that rather Petty, and Petty is going to be whacked on the head, and that'll put him at the free throw line for Lanesville.
That foul will be on Cooper Spires. That'll be his first, but already team foul number 5 whistled against Paoli, so free throws the rest of the quarter for Lanesville. Just a minute 33 left in the quarter, though.
Lanesville, like Paoli, struggles at the free throw line through their first 2 games. They're only 45% as a team, and as we say that, of course, Gage Petty will get that one to fall, the sophomore. Rams go to their bench. Cade Walls checks in for the first time, the 5'10 senior, and Dakota Apple back in. Cooper Spires, Ian Sullivan get a break. Petty's second free throw too hard, no good. Ball tipped around. Hughes gives it to Apple, and Apple will bring it up across the timeline. Looks like Lanesville going to go back to a 2-3 zone this time. They started out man-to-man, but the Rams just ate them up with their strength down low in the low post. Out high, Apple used up the dribble. Gives it off the walls to the left of the key. Back to Apple. Apple right side. Kirkland used down low. Here's Paget. He's got low post position. Turns, puts a shot up. It will not go. However, Dane is fouled and will go to the free throw line.
That foul on Gage Petty of Lanesville, that's a little bit of trouble for them. That's his second and team third. Nobody big enough or strong enough to contend with Dane Paget tonight for Lanesville.
Paget off to a fast start again tonight. Free throw up and good.
Give him 9 on the night.
Rams lead it 19-6 as Luke Doster, 6'3 sophomore, comes in. One of those young players that Coach Carruthers and Lanesville leaning on here this season. Second free throw by Paget. Got both of them. Make it a 20-6 ball game with 1:10 to go in the first quarter. In the backcourt, Holland has it after he used up the dribble, needs some help. Oh, and he throws it behind Pierce. It'll go out of bounds. And that's already turnover number 10 on the Eagles in this first quarter.
And really the pressure wasn't all that intense, but, you know, they had the ball guarded. Everybody else a little bit off of their man, but when you're guarded that closely, you get rid of it the best you can, and that meant that it was going to go out of bounds.
Rams will get it in the front court at the end of the Lanesville bench, pass it in the backcourt to Apple. Lanesville looks like they're going to stay in their 2-3 zone. Apple to the right of the key. Rams looking to see if they'll hold for one. Here's Hughes to the left of the key. Fires it in the middle to Apple. Contact, no foul, back to Hughes. And the Rams going to reset it. And we get a bench warning here for Ruthersville for some reason.
Was he on the floor maybe? Just forgetting where he was at?
Either that or some assistant had an extra comment to make. Maybe I'm not
I don't
sure.
know. Don't know.
Anyway, that stopped it momentarily. Now down to 39 seconds to go in the quarter. Lob it back door. Here's Dane Paget. Just kind of floated through the air and tipped it in. Didn't get a good handle on it, but enough to get the fingertips. He's got 12, and Dakota Apple again. Just all kinds of pressure at the top of this full-court press. Deflects the ball out of bounds. Substitution. Lieber will come into the ball game, and Nolan Pierce will come out.
Paoli worked that lob to perfection that time. Had 2 screens set down on the baseline that freed Paget up just to go unmolested to the bucket.
Fired into Graham in the middle of the court. Keeps the dribble alive, comes back, but it's stolen by Walls. Here's Apple down the lane. A little scoop shot up and good by Dakota. His first 2 of the night, 24-6. 18 seconds still remaining here in this first quarter of play. Rams 2-2-1, full court pressure in the middle. Stepping through, Klusmeyer comes right side. The ball knocked away by Doster, but picked up by Holland with 6 seconds to go. At the center circle is Lieber, doesn't know the time. Dribbles in near the arc, trying to get a shot off as Graham throws a wild shot up at the horn. And that'll be the end of the first quarter of play, and it is a big one for the Rams. as they have run out to a 24-6 lead on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7, or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
A big first quarter in the opening home game of the season for the Rams. They scored 24 and limit the guest Lanesville to just 6, but force Lanesville into 11 turnovers in the first quarter of play. Rams will get the ball to start this second quarter. It'll be Hughes along with Apple, Chad Sullivan, Traylon Mitten out there along with Cooper Spires. For Lanesville, Holland, and Klusmeyer. They'll be joined on there by Lieber, and let's see if they get the rest of the crew out there, Doster and Graham. The 5 for the purple-clad Lanesville Eagles here tonight. Lanesville 2-3 down the lane. Here's Apple. Fakes the pass, puts his shot up from 12 feet. It will not go, and the rebound cleared off by Lieber. Lieber picks up the dribble in the backcourt to Holland, comes right side to Doster. Doster into the offensive end, back out front to Holland. Holland works it to the right of the key. Rams stay in their half-court man-to-man. 5-out offense for Lanesville. Everybody around the arc, and then try and slice a cutter through the middle of the lane. See if they can get the Rams out of their defensive position and get an easy basket. Lanesville works it around the perimeter. Doster to the left of the key, guarded by Sullivan. Comes out on him. Needs some help. 5-second count on. Hands it off to Lieber. And Lieber in a double team between Apple and Mitten, and a foul going to be called.
And that foul will go on Dakota Apple, his first, and first on the team here in the quarter. Shooting percentages through one. Paoli, 11 of 17, 65%, but just 2 out of 5 on their free throws. Lanesville, 2 of 7 overall, 29%. They were 1 of 4 on their three-point drives.
Rams last night were 25 out of 34 from two-point range, so they're keeping that hot shooting alive here tonight at home as well. Crossing over, Klusmeyer, kick it out. Graham, long three, left side is up and good. It's his first three of the night, and makes it 24-9 with 6:50 to go. Left of the key, Hughes tries to answer for three, and Kirkland does, but he's able to bomb one in. 27-9, long lead pass ahead, tipped away by Sullivan, tracked down though by Holland in the corner. Pierce three from the left side is no good. Ball fought for, a mad scramble underneath. Holland is there along with Graham, and Traylon Mitten. The ball going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Rams. It'll be in Lanesville basketball.
Up and down for a possession or two. That's not what Lanesville wants to do. They want to go at a little bit slower pace. Substitution, you're looking at 23, Gage Petty re-entering for Lanesville.
Fire it out high to Graham. He'll work to the left of the key. Graham will pull things out, give it off to Holland. Holland between the circles goes to the high post to Pierce. Pierce faces up on Mitten. That's a double dribble.
Yeah. Well, double dribble. He also traveled because he established with 1 foot, then thought he had the other one established as pivot. Take your pick. Either way, a turnover and give it over to Paoli.
Well, an indication of how things have gone for Lanesville, 9 points, but 12 turnovers, and not a good combination. Fire down low, one power dribble by Sullivan, blocked out of there nicely by Petty, and a tie-up and a jump ball, and this will give it over to Lanesville. So Lanesville, their best low-post defensive possession of the night.
Well, part of the problem for Chad that time was he just got so far under the bucket. He was going to have to jump back into the defense, and he's basically bringing the ball to him.
Graham set up full court pressure. Pierce in the middle. Graham across the timeline. Keeps the dribble alive. Now picks it up. He's in a double team, a world of hurt. And timeout going to have to be taken by Crothersville. 6 minutes to go in this first half of play. Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Rams on top, 27-9. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
6 minutes left in the first half. That's the time showing on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Paoli off to a really good start, out in front, 27-9. Lanesville has the basketball.
Rams out of the timeout, 1-3-1. Down the lane, though, they get the ball to Pierce, who puts it up and good off the glass for his 4th point of the night, 27-11. Spires brings it into the offensive end. Lanesville looks to ratchet it up out of their 2-3 zone. Right side, Padgett to Mitten into the corner to Apple. Apple looking cross-court into the corner to Spires. Left side drives all the way to the rim, dumped it off to Sullivan, bobbled it, but Chad got it back, laid it up and in. Got the defense on his back. He's in double figures with 10. It's 29-11. And the ball kicked in the backcourt as Dakota Apple acted with his hands and his feet at the top of that zone press.
Yeah, Dakota, he when he's at the top of the press or when they go to the 1-3-1, say like they did last night at Henryville, tough to get it around him. Big kid, 6'2", 6'3"-ish, long arms, long legs. He can make things tough on you up front.
He has some length, that is for sure. Pierce between the circles in a double team to Lieber. Rams go back to their 1-3-1. Lieber dribbles through the top part of it, give it off into the corner to Klusmeyer to Pierce, fired out front to Lieber. Lieber to the left of the key, a running step down the lane, splits the defenders, lays it up, and good. Lieber, a nice shot off the dribble for his 5th point. Quickly the Rams in the offensive end. Apple shovels it back to Mitten down the lane. He goes jump stop in traffic, contact, shot no good. Pierce with the rebound, Lanesville the other way, 3-on-3. Pierce down the lane, stops, puts up a running 5-footer, no good, gets his own rebound, but we'll go the other way as Pierce, unfortunately for Lanesville, will be called for an over-the-back foul.
Thought that extra bounce on the rim was going to give him a good chance at an offensive rebound, but Paoli had a couple of kids there. One went before the second bounce, the other at the same time as the second. They were in position to draw that foul, and that's trouble for Lanesville because their leading scorer, Pierce, now has 2.
Kirkland used back in for the Rams. Padgett has it. Lob, deep in the corner. It was too far over the head, even for Hughes at 6'3".
Just a bit outside, so to speak. It was
high.
way off the target.
That's just the 3rd turnover, though, for Paoli here through a quarter and a half. 4:34 to go in the first half. Rams up 29-13. Continue full court pressure. Lieber in the backcourt, get it to Pierce in the middle. Jump pass ahead to Graham. Graham right back to Pierce. Lost it off his foot. It's loose on the floor. Sullivan down there fighting for it in the paint. And a jump ball will be called as he and Petty get tied up. This time the possession arrow, though, in favor of the Rams, and they'll get the ball back.
Yeah, it looked like Paoli was going to be able to come up with that loose basketball, but Sullivan, he just couldn't put a handle on it. It's one of those deals where he's going one way, the ball's going the other. He's reaching and grabbing, and when it gets close to him, he was actually on top of it.
Cooper Spires running the point, goes on the right wing to Mitten. Mitten against that zone, fires it into Padgett. Quick bounce pass on the baseline, driving in as Sullivan. Pump fake. He got Petty into the air, and there's contact, and a foul going to be called on the Lanesville defense.
Yeah, see if it's 23 or 2 that gets the foul. It's 23. Either way, one of them was going to have their 3rd personal foul. That's on Gage Petty, his 3rd and team 2nd of the quarter.
Chad at the free throw line, already off to a big start tonight. Free throw up and good. He's got 11. Started off the season last night with 13. As we see Dalton Allen, number 32, 6'3", and a freshman coming in. As Bert told you, Petty in foul trouble. He'll go to the bench at the 4:07 mark with that 3rd personal foul. At the line, Sullivan ups, rims in and out, no good. Pierce comes down with the rebound, runs into his own man, luckily able to maintain possession of the ball. Work it quickly down into the corner to Klusmeyer, to Lieber. Lieber and Pierce working out high along with Graham. Graham comes to the right of the key. Rams have gone back to their man-to-man after showing a couple of series of 1-3-1. On the left side, Klusmeyer to Lieber around the perimeter to Graham. Graham to the right of the spike line, swing it left side to Lieber, to Klusmeyer, to Lieber at the left of the key. Clock rolling, 3:35 to go. Lanesville trying to break down this defense with their motion offense, trying to get Pierce down low free. He's guarded there by Ian Sullivan, who's got a couple of fouls, so Ian going to have to be careful. And then as a move off the dribble by Lieber, a foul going to be called on the Rams.
I think that'll be on Padgett. It is. That's going to be his first and team's second. Got caught in kind of an awkward situation where I think you want Padgett more so on Pierce, but they got caught in a switch in Lanesville. They kept it there, but weren't able to take advantage of it.
Rams a much better job tonight in the first half as far as foul trouble. They're staying out of it at least here through almost 3 minutes remaining. Driving down Klusmeyer left corner, going to kick it out. Lieber launches a long three, no good. Deep rebound pulled down by Hughes. Kirkland bounce pass ahead to Spires on the right side. Sullivan all alone. Ian's three is going to be short, no good. Chad tries to save it in the corner. He does. Back into Spires. Behind the back pass goes off the leg of a defender. Out near midcourt, picked up by Klusmeyer. Comes to the right side to Graham. Graham picked up the dribble and give it out. Pierce launches three, top of the key, and got it. Lanesville able to convert. 7 on the night for Pierce, and it's 30-16 with 2:40 to go in this first half of play on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Lanesville staying back in their 2-3 zone. It's almost a 1-3-1 as they flatten it out to the left of the key. Dump it down low. Working in Padgett. Back out the Hughes. Steps into three. It's good. Kirkland Hughes has 6 on the night. Last night he had 13, and it's 33-16. 2:15 to go in the first half. Pierce weaves his way through traffic, but the pass deflected by Spires. He tried to track it down in that left corner, but he runs out of room, and the ball will go back over to Lanesville.
Substitutions just keep coming in for Paoli. Minton and Apple will re-enter. Both of the Sullivans will go out. Chad, much-needed rest. I think he played at a little extended period that time.
Substitution, Holland back in for Lanesville. And Braden Crozier is actually number 12.
Whereas Paoli substitutes big for big, Lanesville substitutes small for small.
Throw it in the backcourt, stolen by Minton, and Traylon, the easiest two that he's had so far this season. And that makes it 35-16. 1:59 to go. Pierce lines up three, left wing up and good. Nolan Pierce able to knock down that shot for his 9th point. The other way we go. Here's Dane Padgett answering with 2 back as well. And Coach Crothers doesn't like that transition basket. He'll take timeout. 1:47 to go before half. Rams up 37-19. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Are you concerned about the economy, interest rates, or current market conditions? For timely information based on sophisticated research, call Raymond James Financial Advisors Jamie Sullivan or Jenny Baker at 812-849-2670. They can discuss your specific needs and provide you with investment choices that make sense for you. Call 812-849-2670 in Mitchell for an appointment. Raymond James & Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange SIPC. Life well planned.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Out of the timeout, Lanesville the basketball. 3 launched by Holland deep in the corner. Bodies all over the floor. Shot spins in and out. No good. Rebound Apple. He heads the other way. Gives it off to a cutting Dane Padgett. His shot no good. And finally clearing it out underneath is Allen, who checked into the ball game. Lanesville tries to speed it up coming down the other way. Slows it up now in the offensive end with a minute to go. Rams up 37-19. Right side, Holland with the dribble, turns down the corner, lost it at the free throw line, and then got it back. Over to Klusmeyer. He'll put three up. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Pierce, the offensive rebound, and then an offensive foul called on Pierce as Traylon Minton stood his ground underneath to take the charge.
And that foul is trouble for Lanesville because Pierce, their leading scorer, has now picked up his third personal foul. So two members of their starting front court with three apiece and on the bench.
Braden Crozier, the 5'11 freshman, will come back into the ball game with just 48 seconds to go. Apple full court pressure, 2-2-1 by Lanesville. Rams get in the middle to Spires, lob it over right side to Minton. He's into the offensive end, and Rams will pull it back out, see if they will hold for one. Down low, here's Sullivan backing his way in traffic. A fadeaway shot, no good, as Dalton Allen, the freshman, tried to body up with him, as both 32s went at each other that time. And that'll put Chad Sullivan back at the free throw line.
Foul on 32 in purple. It's Dalton Allen of Lanesville, his first and team fourth.
Chad's making a living at the line this first half. Rattles around front rim, back rim, and through.
Yeah, been there, 4 times so far, 2 out of 4.
38-19, the Rams on top with 32 seconds to go in the half. Sullivan's second free throw's on the way. It rattles around just like the first one. Hits the heel of the rim and falls through as well. And Cade Walls will come in, and Kirkland Hughes will come out. Rams stay in their 2-2-1 full court pressure. Now they're going to switch up and go man-to-man. Inbounds, Lieber needs some help. Finally gives it in to Klusmeyer in the backcourt. Klusmeyer, he'll dribble into a double team, reverses out of it, splits the double team, loses it. He gets across midcourt, and a foul going to stop play as the Rams will be called for this one.
Well, Minton gets stuck with the foul. Traylon picks up his second and team third. Player went to the floor. Official just assigns the foul to whoever's closest, and that happened to be Traylon. Give it over to Lanesville. Still 26.8 seconds left in the half.
Ian Sullivan in. Trey Minton will come out. Inbounds pass. Down into the corner right side. Holland has it. Used up that dribble. Needs some help. Tried to go inside low to Allen. And Chad Sullivan got a hand on it, knocked it away, and then there was a mad scramble for the loose ball. Foul going to be called on Paoli, and that will put, I believe, Lanesville at the line as the Rams go over the limit.
Now, Chad was fine with the deflection, but when the scramble ensued, he kind of grabbed the Lanesville player's arm. No foul shots yet, just team foul number 4.
Looking at the wrong side of the scoreboard. Inbounds to Allen. He took a walk. Oh, no, he's going to be called Sullivan for a foul.
That's 2 quick ones.
Chad going to have to be careful here. He gives Coach Dusty Cole the thumbs up. I'm okay.
Now they should be shooting free throws. They'll get the officials' attention. Have to honk that horn a few more times. There you go. Got them set now. And 2 free throws to be taken by Lanesville. Dalton Allen, you said he was just a freshman.
That he is. He's a big young man.
That is a big kid.
He'll check in at 6'3" and probably close to 200 pounds.
Yeah, I don't want the grocery bill at that house.
Free throw rattles around, no good. 18.7 seconds to go. Kirkland Hughes will come in. Chad, I thought he might come out. No, it's going to be Dakota Apple instead.
They may just be figuring 18 seconds left. We'll keep Chad on for offense and hope nothing else happens.
Allen, deep side, free throw up. It's going to be too hard, no good. And Ian flies through and gets the rebound for Paoli. They give it up to Spires. 14 seconds to go. Cooper all the way down the lane. Kick it out to Hughes. 3 from the left wing is good with 8 seconds to go. 9 on the night for Kirkland. 42-19. Again, full court pressure. Holland in the backcourt to Klusmeyer. Klusmeyer going to heave it up at the horn, way off the mark. And that's the first half of play here at Chambers Gymnasium on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. All Rams in these first 2 quarters of play. They go to the halftime break leading at 42-19. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat Low-Fill Insulation System makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat Insulation System by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
No ties, no lead changes in this ball game because the Rams jumped out to a quick 12-0 lead. In fact, we went all the way down to the 4:21 mark of that first quarter before Lanesville was able to get their first points of the ball game, and that was a three-pointer by Aiden Lieber to cut the lead down to 12-3. But prior to that, it had been the Rams' pressure full-court defense that had been able to get turnovers. And then when the Rams weren't scoring in transition, they will set it up in the half court and get Padgett and Sullivan down low, both Dane and Chad, big first halves, and Paoli able to muscle their way out to that 12-0 lead, build it up to 18-5 on a basket by Ian Sullivan at the 1:40 mark, and then Paoli able to close out the quarter on a, actually ended up 3-2 run when it was all said and done, and a 6-3 run, made a 24-6 after the quarter break. Lanesville scored the first points of that second quarter. It was a three-pointer by Crozier. That made it 24-9. Then Paoli once again starts to pound that ball down low and get things going and mix that in along with a three-point bomb by Kirkland Hughes. And all of a sudden, the Rams had built that lead up to 33-16 with 2:08 to go. Paoli ends up on a 9-2 run to close out the second quarter of play and lead it here at the half. 42-19 as we have the Whitfield Investments halftime report. Whitfield Investments, call today. Give Wes a call at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can keep you on track with your goals now and in the future. Rebounding tonight, actually it's even because Rams haven't had a lot of rebounds to get here tonight. 10 rebounds for Paoli. 4 of them have been on the offensive glass. Lanesville, 10 rebounds as well. 3 second-chance opportunities. Rams a good job of taking care of the basketball. Just 4 turnovers here in the first 2 quarters of play, while they have turned over Lanesville 13 times in this first half. And Paoli leads it here at the half, 42-19. As we continue with the Whitfield Investments halftime report, we'll take a look at team and individual stats. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
Looking for a reliable landline phone service you can trust? With Orange County Fiber, you'll get crystal clear phone service that's perfect for staying connected. Home or business, we've got plans that fit. Bundle with fiber service or home security monitoring and save every month. Count on the local service you already know and trust with Orange County Fiber. Visit us at www.myremc.coop or call 812-865-2229. Simple, dependable service made just for you.
Well, 2 quarters in the books, and Paoli, the home folks, they're enjoying the way things are going right now. Big lead over Lanesville, 42-19 is your halftime score. The Whitfield Investments halftime report continues as we take a look at some of the team and individual stats from first half action. Let's start with team stats as far as shooting is concerned. Paoli, 61% shooting in that first half of play, 17 of 28 overall. They started really hot, 11 of 17 in that first quarter of play, and then went 6 out of 11 in the second. Included in that 17 of 28 overall figure is 3 of 6 three-point shooting for Paoli at 50%. All made threes from Kirkland Hughes. He was 3 out of 4 in that first half of play. As far as the free throws, still some work to be done. 5 of 9 in the first half for Paoli. 56%, but they were 3 out of 4 in that second quarter of play. As far as Lanesville is concerned, shot it much better in the second quarter than they did in the first. Total for the first half, Lanesville 7 of 17 overall, 41%. They started just 2 of 7, but then went 5 out of 10 in that second quarter of play. Included in the 7 of 17 overall figure is 3 of 10 3-point shooting for Lanesville. They were 2 of 6 in that second quarter of play. Free throws, Lanesville just got there twice, 1 out of 2 in the first half. 42-19, that's your halftime score. Paoli on top of Lanesville. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll be taking a look at individual scoring from first half action. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams!
Well, the Whitfield Investments halftime report continues as Paoli leading Lanesville 42-19 right now. Taking a look at individual scoring, Paoli, 2 players in double figures as they take advantage of their size and strength inside. Dane Padgett leads the way with 14. He had 12 in that first quarter of play. Then Chad Sullivan, he adds 13 in the first half, pretty well balanced in the first 2 quarters. Kirkland Hughes, he's knocking on the door of double figures. 9 points for Kirkland on the night. 3 out of 3 from 2-point range in that second quarter of play. Then 2 points apiece for Trey Minton, Dakota Apple, and for Ian Sullivan. As far as Lanesville is concerned, Nolan Pierce leads the way, 9 points in the half, but also 3 fouls. 5 points for Aiden Lieber, 3 for Braden Crozier, and a single point for Gage Petty. Scores by the quarters. Paoli was up big after one. 24-6 was the margin there. Second quarter, Paoli outscores Lanesville 18-13. That got us to a halftime score of 42-19. Paoli out in front. We'll get one more break in. When we come back, we will get you ready to go with second half action. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
When you suffer the loss of a loved one, you can count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli. They have a 55-year history of serving the needs of families in Orange and surrounding counties. They provide only the best professional services in the most compassionate manner to care for you during this difficult time. You can always count on the Dillman Scott Funeral Home as generations of families have done for many years. Call 812-723-2276 today. We're here when you need us the most. Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Well, just about ready for second half action. Paoli, a big lead as we went through the first half. 42-19 is your halftime score, ready to start third quarter action. Looking at the foul situation, about the only thing we haven't touched on to this point in time. Paoli's got, 3 kids with some issues. Keep that in mind, the big gap between the two teams score-wise. But Trey Minton, he's got 2. Chad Sullivan's got 2, and Ian Sullivan has 2 as well. The problem's a little worse for Lanesville because they only picked up 6 fouls in the first half, but they were spread out amongst just 2 players, Pierce and Petty, each with 3.
Halftime report brought to you by Whitfield Investments. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can keep you on track with your goals now and in the future. 3 launch from the left side by Holland. It is no good. Rebound cleared off on the weak side by Sullivan. Up to Apple. Rams on the run. Lob it down. Pass deflected. Apple gets it back. Deflected again. Still loose. Chad Sullivan turns down on the baseline. Muscles his way up in traffic. No good. Got his own rebound. Ball tipped around loose. And finally coming out of there with it is Lieber for Lanesville. So both teams come up empty on their first possessions of this third quarter of play. Petty, Holland, Flusmeyer, Lieber, and Pierce out there, the original starting 5 for Lanesville. On the left of the key, Flusmeyer, Rams go their half-court man-to-man. Apple, Spires, Mitten, Sullivan, and Padgett. The starting 5 for the Rams. Oh, nice pass down low to a cutting Pierce. His shot's too hard, no good. Rebound cleaned off by Chad Sullivan to Apple. Down the left side to Spires. Down to Chad, cutting down the lane, but he kind of bobbled it. Yep. Then he got kind of an in-between step and ended up traveling.
Yeah, didn't want to get it swatted back at him. Lanesville was up in the air, and he just hesitated and got off balance and moved that foot.
Quickly, Klusmeyer into the offensive end. Bounce pass on the baseline. Shot up by Petty, but Chad Sullivan fouled him, and that'll put Petty at the free throw line as Lanesville ran their sideline break that time to try and get an easy 2.
And that foul is on Sullivan. That's Chad, his 3rd, so he'll have to be careful. That's team foul number 1.
At the line, Gage Petty, 6 foot on the sophomore, averages 3.5 points per ball game. Free throw line drive is too hard off the heel of the rim, no good.
Neither team doing all that great at the free throw line. Paoli better than 50% in the first half, but Lanesville now just 1 out of 3.
Petty a chance to go 1 for 2. His second one is up, and this one rattles around and falls through. His second point of the night. 42-20, just starting this third quarter of play at Chambers Gymnasium. Rams on top, their home opener of the season. Right side against the 2-3 zone. Pass it out front to Spires to Minton. High post, it goes down to Padgett. Dump it down low to a driving Chad Sullivan. One power dribble up and good. It's 15th point of the night, 44-20. The Rams' high-low action that time gives Sullivan an easy shot along the spike line. Holland give it off out front to Lieber. Lieber looking, picked up in the Rams man-to-man by Spires. Off the handoff, the ball down low, trying to get it into Pierce, but Mitten is on him and got caught on his hip, and Traylon got called for the reach-in.
And that foul on Mitten will be his 3rd. So now 2 Paoli players with 3 apiece. Team foul number 2.
Lob it in to Pierce. Catches, lays it up in one motion in traffic. He's got 11, and it's 44-22 with 6 minutes to go in the third. Spires at midcourt, extending the defense out to the half court. Apple has it right side along the spike line. Spires high post pass to Sullivan. Down low, he cuts into Dane Padgett. His shot no good, but right there on the weak side, left side to put it up and good is the Apple for his 4th point. The Rams get a basket off the offensive glass. 46-22 with 5:40 to go in the third. Fired on that right wing, working as Klusmeyer against Padgett. That's a mismatch. Klusmeyer down to the free throw line, kick it out. Lieber 3 left of the key, in and out, no good. Sullivan clears off the glass for the Rams. To Apple, looks up court, does not have an advantage. Slows it up in the half court, gets a screen, and they're going to call a foul on a moving screen on Chad Sullivan.
Well, that's going to be a tough one to take because Chad Sullivan has now picked up his 4th personal foul. Team foul number 3 of the quarter against Paoli. That will bring Kirkland Hughes in off of the bench. Chad just getting some clarification on what he did wrong. The official says you did this, and Chad over to the Paoli bench for a while.
They'll move Padgett down to that 5 spot on the Rams defense, an offensive rotation. Paoli stays in their half-court man-to-man. Out high, Klusmeyer to the right of the key. Bounce pass to Lieber. Lieber dribbles in on Apple, gets it just below the free throw line, shovels it back, and an over and back as the ball went off the fingertips of Holland into the backcourt, and he touches it first, and that'll give it over to Paoli.
Give it back to Paoli. Chance to build on this lead, and let's see where they want to go. The offense the last couple of times has been high-low with a center to power forward. See if they want to continue that with Minton being the distributor.
Go to the double high post to Minton. Left side, here's Apple. Lines up three, and he got it right in front of the Rams' cheer block. His 7th point of the night, 49-22. Quickly down the left sideline is Holland, and Hughes tried to reach around and poke it from behind and will be called for the personal foul.
That foul on Kirkland Hughes, his second. Team foul number 4. Still just under 5 minutes to go in the quarter, and Paoli in danger of putting Lanesville to the line.
Out front, Holland with the dribble. A point guard will set it up. He's 5'7" and a junior. Paoli stays in their half-court man-to-man. Out front, Lieber to Pierce around the perimeter. Left side, Klusmeyer. Klusmeyer looks for cutters. Lob it over the top. Pierce catches, launches a long three. In and out, no good. Rebound, a nice one down low in the lane by Petty. Kick it out to Klusmeyer. His three is no good. And Apple has the rebound for Paoli. Looks up court. Does not have an advantage, but he does spot Spires, dumps it down low. Here's Padgett doing work in the lane, turns in on Petty right in front of the rim, lays it up and good.
He's got 16.
And now to put Dane Padgett, the 6'3" senior, at the free throw line for the Rams. That lead now up to 51-22 with 4:24 to go in the third quarter on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard.
That foul, trouble for Lanesville because Gage Petty has now picked up his 4th personal foul. That's team foul number 1 in the quarter.
Dane going for the three-point play, and it is up and good on the free throw. As Ian Sullivan will come in, Traylon Minton will come out for the Rams. And that'll have Padgett, Sullivan, this being Ian, along with Hughes, Spires, and Apple on the court for the homestanding Rams, who continue their full-court man-to-man pressure. Lieber needs to get it in, does to Pierce, deep in the backcourt. Pierce is picked up by Sullivan. Here comes the double team. He used up the dribble. Back to Lieber. Fires it way up court over the head of Holland to the bench. And that'll be turnover number 15, the second in this quarter.
Paoli continuing with the hot shooting. 5 of 6 to start this quarter from the field, including 1 out of 1 from three-point range.
Rams lead it by 30. Hughes, 3, left of the key, off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Lieber. They'll let traffic clear, give it off. Holland down the left sideline with the dribble, gets into the offensive end, stops at the arc, pulls it back out. Waiting for the offense to reset. He crosses over, and we get a whistle away from the basketball as a foul going to be called down low in the paint.
See who they want to put that foul on. It looks like it's going to go on Padgett. That's going to be his 2nd personal foul. Team foul number 5 in the quarter. That means free throws the rest of the way for Lanesville, and still 3:55 to go in the third, so they can make up some ground at the free throw line if they can get Paoli to oblige.
Dalton Allen, the freshman, will be back there, but once again, Lanesville, like Paoli, has had their woes at the free throw line. Free throw is up front of the rim, short and no good.
Allen especially 0 for 3 so far. Rest of the team is just 2 out of 4, and really it's Gage Petty. He's the only other player to shoot free throws for Lanesville.
Eagles came into this game through 2 games, just 10 out of 22 at the stripe. Second one by Allen. This one's going to be too hard, no good, and Apple has the rebound. And a whistle blows.
Do we have a lane
violation, apparently?
I guess. That was a real late whistle for some reason.
We'll have a redo.
Well, the one that
Clay Turner checked in. I don't know if Clay peeled out too early or what.
I don't know. I didn't see anything wrong with it, but the official spotted something that he didn't like.
Play in. He played well in a role last night. Had to come in with foul situation. Free throw is short, no good again.
So, same result.
All washed out. Kirkland Hughes comes down with the rebound. Down low and tried to get it to Turner on the long pass, but just deflected out of bounds by Klusmeyer. And it will be Rams basketball as 13, Jaden Schickel. He's a senior, will come in at 5'10".
That was almost the old ABA rule, 3 to make 2.
That it was. And
he had 3 and missed all of them.
Pass is loose in the paint area, trying to get it into Apple. There's a jump ball, I believe, no foul, and the arrow will give it to Paoli with 3:42 to go. Rams are going to take time out, leading at 52-22. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Springer Insurance is proud to support our Paoli Rams as they work toward a successful season. The hard work that goes into training and preparation is something we truly value. Mark, Daniel, Thomas, and Greg will work with our team at Indiana Farmers Insurance to find the best coverage for your home, auto, farm, or business. Visit us at Springer Insurance in Orleans or call 812-865-3133. We love taking care of customers as much as we love our Rams. Go Rams.
3:42 left in the third quarter. Right now, Paoli a big lead. 52-22 is your score. Paoli outscoring Lanesville 10-3 to start this third quarter of play. Paoli got a timeout before the jump ball was called, and they've got possession of it.
Backdoor cut. Here's Sullivan. Ian drives on a nice pass in from Cooper Spires, 4 for Ian. Cooper had 14 assists last night. Adds another one to that total tonight. Between the circles with the dribble coming in as Holland stops top of the key. Did not shoot that three. Give it off to Klusmeyer to Lieber. Rams stay in their half-court man-to-man, leading at 54-22. Down low on the baseline, Pierce has it. Oh, and a reach-in by Ian Sullivan, and he got him on the arm.
And he was going to be shooting 2 free throws regardless since there was a foul. Sullivan, he's picked up his third. That's Ian with his third personal foul. And that will send Pierce to the free throw line, his first trip to the line tonight.
The sophomore is up and good. Comes in tonight averaging 16 to lead this team in scoring through 2 games. He's got 12 tonight. 12 of the 23 that Lanesville has scored here on the road. Pierce's second free throw is up, and he got them both. And quickly, Braden Crozier, 5'11 freshman, will check back in. He's seen considerable action both in the first half and here in the second. Lanesville going to try and extend their defense and see if they can come up with some turnovers here. Paoli brings everybody into the defensive end. There goes the touchdown pass. Spires catches it, one dribble, lets the defense fly by, up and good. Usually it's the other way around, Spires throwing the touchdown, but this time it was used that hit him in stride. 56-24 with 3:05 to go. First 2 of the night for Cooper. Right side, Lieber dribbles into the lane, stops just inside the arc, kick it back out to Holland. His baseline jumper left side is good off the dribble. Braxton Holland's first 2. 56-26. Roll under 3 minutes to go. Apple the other way. Rushes it up court into the offensive end. It's hit from behind, and trying to poke it from behind is Braxton Holland, and he'll be whistled for the personal foul.
And that foul on Holland, that's going to be his first and team's second of the quarter. Substitution, Dane Padgett ready to check back in for Paoli, and Dakota Apple will go to the Paoli bench.
Get another substitution in. Seeing Padgett come in, Coach Crothers counters by bringing in his big freshman, Dalton Allen, again. As the Rams have it right in front of their bench, looking if they can lob it over the top, cannot. Give it back into Turner in the backcourt, comes to the right side to Spires. Spires to Turner to the left of the key. Lanesville in their half-court man-to-man. Spires at the center circle. High post pass to Padgett. Dane lets him go by, then he turns all the way. Nobody stopped him, and finally Allen gets there late to foul him, and that'll put Padgett at the free throw line.
That foul on Allen, that'll be his second, team third. Should result in free throws for Padgett. Padgett missed his first 2 tonight, but has made 3 in a row since.
Rams up by 30 with 2:31 to go on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. That one rattles and stays in for Dane.
He's got 18 on the night.
Had 11 last night, and checking in will be Luke Doster, 6'3", and a sophomore. Coming out will be Aiden Lieber, the 6'2" junior for Lanesville. Rams getting close to that 35-point mark and a running clock. 2:31 to go yet here in the third. Next one by Dane is front of the rim, short and no good, and coming through with the rebound is Doster just into the ball game. They'll give it up to Holland, rushes it up the right side to Crozier to Holland, right at the spike line. Give it up left side to Doster. Doster looking down low, nobody open. Rams stay in their half-court man-to-man. Crozier gets the bounce pass between the circles. Picked up by Clay Turner to the left of the key. Used up the dribble to Holland around the perimeter. Doster looking down low. Picked up by Ian Sullivan. Tried to get a screen, but instead used the dribble. Poked away by Hughes and stolen out of there by Sullivan. The Rams the other way in transition. Bounce pass to Turner. Goes behind him. He'll slow things up. Right side, Spire's going to line up 3, and he got it. just to the right of the key. Cooper with 5, and it's 60-26 with 1:49 to go in the third quarter of play on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Right side working with it is Pierce. Pierce down on the baseline in a double-team jump pass, fires it out to Crozier, to the high post to Allen. Allen turns down the lane. He goes. He gets the defense to fly by. Oh, his shot ran in and out, no good. Tipped around. Hughes has the rebound for Paoli. 1:25 and counting here in the third quarter of play. And we get a whistle away from the basketball as Allen and Padgett were, let's say, jockeying for position.
Yeah, that's just a freshman being frustrated with the senior kind of pushing him around. That foul on Allen. He was trying to root Dane out of the lane, got caught. That's his third and team 4.
He'll realize very quickly that will be a job he cannot get accomplished.
No, it takes an awful lot to push Dane around.
Rams get some substitutions in, back in Walls and Apple.
Walls, by the way, he's the only one that has played already tonight, but has not scored. Paoli has 7 of the 8 players that have played in the scoring column.
Allen's still trying to get position in on Padgett. They'll line up along the baseline. Oh, Padgett fakes him out, goes back, cuts back in, lays it up good and counted. And Allen, in frustration, just slapped the ball against the post, and he'll be called for a technical on top of the foul.
Yeah, just compounding the mistake. He's a youngster, just a freshman, and got taken advantage of that time by the senior in Padgett. And Padgett now, he has 20 points on the night.
He'll be there. He's going to first try and complete the three-point play. Makes it 62-26 in favor of the Rams. And then the Rams will shoot the technical. Free throw by Dane is up and good. Coach Cole says, hey, just stay right up there. You've been knocking them down.
Yeah, he's got 21 now. Has made, 5 of his last 6.
63-26, and the Rams will get the ball again when this is all said and done. Second free throw by Dane is too hard, and he took a quick step back off the line instead of staying there and following through. Frustration, though, as Bert mentioned, on the young freshman. If Dane just took advantage of him with his experience and size. This one bounces around 3 times and rolls in. And Paoli will get the basketball out near midcourt across the way. Padgett will come out, and Chad Sullivan re-enters with those fouls. 64-26. As the Rams should have the clock running from here on out. Dakota Apple with the basketball. Double high post set against the man-to-man. Looking down low, out high to Walls between the circles. Cade to Cutters, goes left side to Sullivan. Ian down the lane, dump it off to brother Chad for the assist, who lays it up and good.
He's got 17.
Sullivan to Sullivan, 66-26 with a minute to go in the third. Pierce out high, hands it off to Doster. Doster, Lanesville runs the weave, crossing over. Klusmeyer to the left of the key, nowhere to go. Down low to Pierce, trying to back in. Instead comes out behind the arc. Around the perimeter, Lanesville works the basketball. On the right side, Klusmeyer has it. Comes left side to Doster at the post. Doster will back it out. Picked up by Chad Sullivan. Hands it off to Crozier. And the pass going to be knocked away at midcourt. Stolen. Here's Ian Sullivan driving right side. Oh, he comes up short with the scoop shot. No good. Then a battle for the rebound down low. And a foul going to be called.
They're walking the opposite direction, so Cade Wall's likely to be the one to pick it up. They're looking back at him to get the number. It is 14. And that'll be the first on Walls, already over the limit. That means free throws the other way for Lanesville.
Ian tried to take one giant step, but it probably been better off taking one more dribble that time to make that shot a little bit easier. At the line will be Braden Crozier, the 5'11 freshman. One of the younger players this Lanesville ball club, and Coach Brothers expects to come along as the season moves forward. He has 4 on the night, 66-27, as Trey Mitten will come in and Dakota Apple will get a break for the Rams to close out this third quarter of play. Rams scored 69 last night. They're going to have at least 66 through 3 here tonight. And a solid job on the defensive end, limiting Lanesville so far to just 27 points. Second free throw back of the rim, front of the rim, bounces around twice, would not go. Minton with good inside position has the rebound. Trey will bring it up with the dribble. He can run that point guard, point forward spot. He's done it before. Rams going to go to their 3-2 out, delay everybody above the free throw line. Here's Walls, Euro step through defenders, no good. Traylon Mitten, though, follows it up with the offensive glass in one motion. He has 4, and it's 68-27 down to the final 5 seconds. Klusmeyer across the timeline. Holland launches 3 left of the key at the horn, and he got it. So Lanesville gets a little bit of momentum off the three-pointer at the buzzer by Isaac Klusmeyer, but all that does is close the score down to 68-30 at the end of 3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeremy Payton, your Bedford Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones and Jeremy Payton is a proud sponsor of high school sports on WUME. For all of your investment needs, call Jeremy Payton or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Rams comfortably out in front, heading to the fourth and final quarter on the Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard, 68-30. All Rams here tonight. Lanesville will get the ball to start this quarter. They'll have Lieber out there along with Klusmeyer, Holland, Crozier, and the fifth man out there will be Luke Doster. Rams go with Mitten, both Chad and Ian Sullivan driving down the lane. Klusmeyer kicks it out in the corner. Holland, that is, to Klusmeyer. His three is in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Mitten. Spires to Chad Sullivan at the high post on the left side. Hands it off. Thought about going down the lane was Trey Mitten, but then pulls it back out to Hughes over on the left side. Driving down the lane. This time a running scoop shot by Cooper Spires is up and good. Spires a quick 7. All of those coming here in the latter stages of the third quarter now to start this fourth quarter of play. Lieber with the basketball against the Rams man-to-man. And he hands it off to Klusmeyer, and he's right on the sideline, out of bounds in front of the official, and that'll be turnover number 18 tonight for Lanesville. Running clock here down to 7 minutes to go in the ballgame. All we need to decide here tonight will be the final margin of victory for Paoli. Out high, Rams semi-delay. Here's Hughes cutting down the lane. Fakes the pass, steps through 2 defenders, lays it up, and good. 2 more for Kirkland Hughes. He has 11 in double figures, 72-30. Quickly the other way, Crozier into the offensive end to Holland between the circles. Holland with the dribble to the right of the key. Shovels it back out front to Klusmeyer. Klusmeyer used up the dribble to Holland. As Lanesville trying to get something going against this Rams man-to-man. Colton Beckley has checked in as well at that last break for the Rams, the senior. Left side, Klusmeyer with the basketball to the free throw line. Skip pass into the corner. Nearly went into the bleachers. Good save by Crozier, the freshman. Out front, Lanesville working it around the perimeter. Doster to Holland to Crozier to the right of the key to Klusmeyer. Klusmeyer reverses it back to the left of the key. Oh, and it goes off the shoulders. Nice save by Klusmeyer to keep the possession for Lanesville. Lanesville running a lot of clock. See if they can break down this Rams man-to-man defense. Lieber working on the right side, dribbles into the high post, skip it out to the left side to Holland. Behind the back dribble, nowhere to go to Crozier, and a good job by the Rams on this defense. They've been playing it for over a minute. Beckley out front, working on Holland. His pass deflected, going to be tracked down out high, though, by Doster, and Doster will slow things up. Give it up on the right wing to Klusmeyer. Klusmeyer to Holland, left side. Lieber to Klusmeyer to Holland, back over to Crozier. Crozier at the volleyball spike line. Working into the right corner. Klusmeyer, there's a pass deflected, but Ian Sullivan can't come up with it. Yes, he can. He's rolling on the floor at the 10-second line, and we get bodies all over the place. And unfortunately, they're going to give the foul on Ian Sullivan for diving in there trying to get the basketball.
Yeah, and as he dove, he kind of pushed a little bit and got stuck with the foul because of that. That's going to be his fourth and team first. Multiple substitutions for Paoli. Looks like, let's see, Landon Smith will see his first action of the night. Clay Turner checks back in as well.
Also, I think Ian may have got the legs, and that's what they call automatic now if you get somebody's legs. But there is Smith with the steal right out of the gate. Nice job by Landon. And the Rams in the offensive end, Beckley to Smith, back out to Sullivan. Here's Walls. Cade lines up three, right wing off the rim, no good. Ball tipped around, and we get a foul called underneath. Landon Smith carved out some position, but then Aiden Lieber went on his back, and he'll be called for the foul.
Well, they're going to put that on 24. Well, wait for him to get it up. They've still got Ian's foul up there.
Should be on Lieber. But
yeah,
no,
there it is.
Yeah, actually Pierce.
Yeah.
Inbound pass comes to Smith. His shot in traffic is up. No good. Pierce the rebound, but knocked away and stolen. Here goes Sullivan the other way. Stiffed away and stolen again by Walls. And the Rams will be at the free throw line. As that time, Cade Walls got a hand on it along with Ian Sullivan to keep that one alive. And it'll put Cade at the free throw line, a chance to get into the scoring column this season.
That foul on Doster, his first and team second.
Walls, 5'10", and a senior. Free throw front of the rim, back of the rim, and goes in for his first point of the night. Cade and Colton were the only two that did not score last night for the Rams on the road in the win over Henryville. 73-30, Rams on top, 4:06 to go. Second free throw spins around, hit the backboard, and went right back in. Bailey out in front comfortably, 74-30, with 4 minutes to go in the ball game with the running clock. Out high, Holland between the circles. Pierce drives in on Beckley. Stops. Shot comes up short and no good. Foul going to be called, though, as Colton Beckley this time will be whistled for the foul.
Yeah, that foul on Beckley, just his first, team second. It will put Pierce at the free throw line. 2 out of 2 on the night. He's got 13 points.
Pierce, see if he can get his team a couple of points closer. Knocks down that first free throw.
Getting 14 on the night, getting close to his average, I would say.
That he is. He averages 16, so he'll be within 1 point if he can make it a 2-for-2 trip at the line for the Eagles. And it's up and good. Makes it 74-32. Rams will bring it up. Cade Walls running the point here for Paoli as they spread it out along the arc. Left side to Sullivan. Ian has it with the basketball. Lob it cross court in the corner. Here's Clay Turner driving right side, lays it up and in. First two of the night for Clay. He and his JV teammates had a big win as well tonight, 64-28. They're 2-0 on the year. Crozier out front, left side. Pierce going to drive in on Beckley, cuts him off, backs out, and a reach-in foul going to be called again as both Beckley and Smith were right there trying to stop Pierce from getting to the basket.
That foul will be on Landon Smith. That'll be his first and team third.
Roll down near the 3-minute mark of this ball game. Crozier along the baseline left side. Bounce pass comes into Pierce along the arc. Skip it out front around to Dylan Heck, who checked in, a junior. Right side also in is Jaden Schickel. Out front to Crozier to the left of the key. Crozier to Holland. Rams stay in their half-court man-to-man, and Holland and Cade Walls collide at the spike line. The foul going to be called on Paoli.
Yeah, 2 hands on. That'll be a foul just about every time. Walls picks it up, his second and team fourth. Give it over to Lanesville right at the end of their bench.
Crozier into the backcourt to Holland. Holland guarded closely by Walls. Gets it across the timeline to set up the offense. Rams once again stay in their man-to-man to Schickel on the right wing. Down low in the lane. Oh, nice give and go, but the shot by Heck is no good on the great pass from Pierce. And the Rams come out of there with Walls the rebound. Weaves his way into traffic. Kicks it out in the corner. Driving in, Smith on the baseline left side. Turner, 3, left of the key. In and out, no good. Ball tipped around loose on the floor. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Rams. It'll be Lanesville basketball.
And Paoli still with that up-tempo, even with this unit in there, moving the ball quickly, working it for the open shot. Open shot just wouldn't fall that time.
That's why the Rams are going to play all year long with the depth and that they have here, and even one player short with Thornton not playing, and there's a zig and a zag, and Lanesville throws it away.
Yep, the player was zagging one way, the ball was zigging the other, and right out of bounds.
Down to a minute 35 and counting. Rams just running out the string here tonight. Cade Walls, some pressure, gets across the timeline to Turner. Turner just to the left of the volleyball spike line. Bounce pass to Beckley. Out front to Sullivan. Comes right side to Turner. Down low to Beckley on the baseline. Colt's going to turn in the lane. Pulls up a 10-footer, and it bounced up.
There you go.
So Beckley able to get a soft jumper, his first 2 of the night and of the season. Quickly Pierce the other way. Drives in on Beckley, and Beckley stood his ground, and he'll draw the charge. So doing it on both ends of the court tonight.
Offense leads the defense. And looking over to Mom Beckley,
she's happy.
Yes, she is. That got her a little excited. She might be doing play-by-play with somebody up at Franklin.
As we go under a minute to go in the ball game. Across the timeline, working with the Rams. Sullivan has it to the left of the key. Out front to Beckley between the circles to Sullivan around his defender. Hesitation move to the rim. Reverses it from left to right. Couldn't get the spin. The ball was tipped around, and Ian comes out of there with it for the Rams. Down the lane, Walls kick it out to Smith. 18-footer right side, no good. Flying through the ball, tipped around. Walls comes out of there with it. One power dribble in the lane, and Cade puts it back up and in traffic. He's got 4. 80-32. Quickly, Pierce the other way into the right corner. Skip it out front to Heck. He launches 3 left of the key. Rims in and out, no good. Smith had the rebound, lost it. Beckley, though, comes up with the loose ball for the Rams. To Walls around his defender with 9 seconds to go, and the Rams going to run it out. Cross court to Beckley with 6. And that'll be your ball game tonight. Rams open up their regular season home part of the year with an impressive 80-32 win over Lanesville as Paoli starts off the season with a doubleheader sweep and are 2-0. We'll come back and begin the Buddies post-game show as the Rams victorious on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Your final, Paoli 80, Lanesville 32. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Have you heard? Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus.
You can make a difference in the life of abused and neglected children in Orange County. I'm Orange County Circuit Court Judge Steve Owen, and we have a court-appointed special advocate program, or CASA, right here in Orange County, and we need your help. There's no special skills required, and we can train you on the skills that are needed. All you have to do is just call Robin Brown today and tell her that you want to help us help these children feel safe and loved here in Orange County. That's Orange County CASA at 812-653-4889.
We begin the Buddy's Food and Fuel post-game show. Buddy's Food and Fuel on North Gospel Street in Paoli. As the Rams, they set the tone early here tonight in their opening game of the year at home. Rams jumped out to a 12-0 lead and led it at the end of one, 24-6, and again never looked back in this ball game. Paoli slowed things down a little bit as they were able to cruise out to a 42-19 lead, but then just continue to build on that lead throughout the third quarter. It was up to 68-30 at the end of 3 with the running clock, and the Rams close it out here tonight with an 80-32 victory over the Lanesville Eagles. Rams controlling all aspects of this ball game tonight. Rebounding, it was even at the half, but the Rams, though, come out and flex their muscle under the boards here in this second half. Paoli comes up with 26 rebounds total, 10 of those on the offensive glass. Paoli, a great job of taking care of the basketball tonight. They had a total of just 6 turnovers, only 2 of them in the second half of play. While for Lanesville, they ended up with 14 rebounds on the night, 4 second-chance opportunities. Lanesville, though, way too many turnovers, but thanks in part to that good pressure defense by the Rams here, they forced Lanesville into 13 turnovers in the first half, and at one point, Lanesville had 12 turnovers and 9 points in that first half of play. Started out much better at the start of the third quarter, but then again, Paoli able to ratchet it up and force 9 more turnovers here in this second half of play, and a team total of 22 miscues by Lanesville on the road tonight, and that does them in as the Rams win it 80-32. We'll continue with the Buddies Food and Fuel post-game show and take a look at team and individual stats. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community, one scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Looking for top-notch fuel that keeps your engine running smoothly? Pull into Riley Oil, your trusted supplier of marathon fuels. With convenient locations in Paoli, Orleans, and Hardinsburg, we've got you covered. Enjoy the ease of paying at the pump 24/7 or swing by Paoli where we'll pump the gas for you. Grab a snack and drink and be on your way with Riley Oil, fueling your journey every mile of the way.
Rams open up the year 2-0. Pick up a win on the road last night at Henryville. Back that up with a home win here tonight, 80-32 over Lanesville. As we continue with the Buddies Food and Fuel post-game show, and just every stat that you look at, Bert, tonight be dominated by the Rams.
Oh, definitely. And even Judy is going to agree when she looks at the scorebook like she is that Paoli, they were the better team tonight. Looking at some of the team stats first as far as the shooting is concerned, Paoli shoots 60% on the night, 32 made field goals out of 53 attempts. They were 5 of 10 in that fourth quarter of play. Shooting by the quarters, Paoli 11 of 17 in the first, 6 of 11 in the second, 10 out of 15 in the third, and 5 of 10 in the fourth. So the fourth quarter, when Paoli shoots 50%, that is their down quarter, and you'll take that just about every night of the week. Included in that 32 of 53 overall figure is 5 of 11 three-point shooting for Paoli, 45% there. They were 5 of 9 through the first three quarters, so shooting better than 50% from three-point range on the night. As far as Lanesville, or as far as free throws were concerned, Paoli picked it up a little bit, started slowly, made just 2 of 5 in that first quarter, but then they finished 12 of 18, 67%. They were 2 of 5 in the first, 3 of 4 in the second, 5 of 7 in the third, and 2 out of 2 in that fourth quarter of play. So excellent shooting night tonight for Paoli. As far as Lanesville is concerned, they finish 10 of 29 overall, 34%, 0 for 3 in that fourth quarter of play with the running clock. Included in that 10 of 29 overall figure is 4 of 17 three-point shooting for Lanesville, just 24% there. They were 0 for 2 in that fourth quarter of play. Lanesville struggled from the free throw line, to say the least, 7 of 12 overall. That's even with making 6 out of 10 in that the second half of play. The 7 of 12 turns into 58%. Well, it's 80-32. That was your final. Paoli over Lanesville. We'll take a break, come back, look at some of the individual totals from tonight's ball game. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Tired of slow internet and weak Wi-Fi? Get connected with Orange County Fiber, your local reliable fiber internet service. With powerful parental controls, device prioritization, and built-in cybersecurity, your whole family can browse, stream, and game with confidence. And that's not all. Some plans even include indoor and outdoor cameras or video doorbells for extra peace of mind. Call Orange County Fiber at 812-865-2229. Fast, safe, and smart internet for your home or business.
The holiday season can be demanding enough without having to also plan year-end investment and tax strategies. Raymond James Financial Advisors, Jamie Sullivan and Jenny Baker, can help make it easier, freeing you up to spend more time with loved ones and less time concerned about finances. Please call 812-849-2670, located in Mitchell, to get started. Wishing you and yours a happy, healthy holiday season and a prosperous new year. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated. Member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC. Life well planned.
Back at Chambers Gymnasium, where tonight the Paoli Rams have come away with an 80-32 win over the Lanesville Eagles. The Buddies Food and Fuel postgame show continues as we take a look at some of the individual totals from tonight's ball game. Dane Padgett leads the way, leads all scorers tonight. Matter of fact, he had 23 points, 12 of them in the first quarter of play. Next, Chad Sullivan with 17 points. They took advantage of a much smaller Lanesville lineup, did Paoli's two big guys. Kirkland Hughes, he chips in with 11 points on the night, 3 made threes in that total. Then, very balanced the rest of the way. Cooper Spires and Dakota Apple, the two starting guards, they each finished with 7. Then 4 points apiece for Trey Minton, for Cade Walls, and for Ian Sullivan. 2 points apiece for Colton Beckley and for Clay Turner. As far as Lanesville is concerned, as expected, Nolan Pierce leads the way. He finished with 15 points. Then 5 points apiece for Aiden Lieber and for Braden Holland. 4 points for Braden Crozier and 2 for Gage Petty. As far as the scores by the quarters, Paoli was up after 1, 24-6, the score there. Second quarter, Paoli wins that quarter by a margin of 5, 18-13 the difference. That got us to a halftime score of 42-19. Third quarter, a big quarter for Paoli as well. 26-11 was the margin there, and it was 68-30 after 3. And in the fourth quarter, Paoli outscores Lanesville by a margin of 12-2, and that gets us to our final of 80-32. Well, we'll take one more break. When the Buddies Food and Fuel post-game show continues, we'll be getting a few comments from Coach Dusty Cole. You're listening to Rams Basketball on Mix 95.3.
Hey, Dad, can I get a ride to Hoosier Hills Credit Union?
Bet.
What?
Don't be Delulu. You know I got that, Riz.
Ew!
We're not always hip on the new lingo, but at Hoosier Hills Credit Union, we do understand the need to teach teens about responsible spending. That's why we offer the Smart Spending Account. They'll get a free debit card, no monthly fee, and no minimum balance. Plus, there's incentives when your teen volunteers or has a job. Learn more about our Smart Spending Account at HoosierHills.com. Slay! Federally insured by NCUA.
Need a quick bite or cold drink or fuel for the road? Head to Betty's Food and Fuel, right across from Walmart at 656 North Gospel Street in Paoli. We're locally owned and operated and open Monday through Saturdays from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 6 to 10 p.m. Enjoy competitive gas, daily food specials, a hot deli, fresh wraps, salads, and cold sandwiches. Need an ATM or lottery ticket? We have both. Find us on Facebook at Betty's Food and Fuel. For questions, call 812-203-0227. Betty's Food and Fuel, the one-stop shop.
Rams victorious at home tonight, 80-32. Again, your final as we continue with the Buddies Food and Fuel postgame show. Head coach Dusty Cole joins us now. And, Coach, good weekend for the Rams to open up the season.
Yeah, we did okay. We'll go back and just break it down a little bit over the weekend. But overall, I think it was a pretty good weekend. And we're going to see a lot of good things, but obviously there's going to be a lot to work on as well.
Well, got off to a great start tonight, but you did what you thought you could do, and that's use your size and strength underneath.
It was a good weekend for our big guys, and this was a game you could just kind of look out in the pregame and just kind of know where the advantage was, but you still have to take advantage of it, and I thought we did a good job of establishing the paint early. They tried to play man-to-man, but we kind of knew that was going to be tough to do with their switching defense because they were going to get some smaller guys on our bigs, and we've got a couple big guys that can put you on their back a little bit and go to work in the paint, and I thought they did a really good job of that early. We can keep coming at you with 2 or 3 different guys that can do that too. It's not just one guy, so that makes it kind of tough as well.
Well, it was that pressure defense too, Coach, that got the game up and down and got you some easy baskets again tonight.
And we did a lot better job putting some pressure on, getting the deflections, but not putting them at the free throw line.
Yeah.
You know, we just put them at the free throw line, and that kind of slowed the game down last night and gave them some easy points. You don't ever want to give the other team easy points. So I thought we adjusted well to that, and you know, that's what we want to do. We want to speed people up, and then you can kind of see what that style does to teams the second half. You know, we had big second halves in both games, and you know, especially on the defensive end, but it just takes its toll on these other teams and kind of wears them down. The shooting percentages go down. They don't crash quite as hard, and you know, we got fresh guys in all the time.
And again, as you mentioned, able to stay out of foul trouble, and also got a much better taking care of the basketball tonight.
And that helps with the rotation, you know, keep guys out of foul trouble. You know, we can play through some foul trouble. You know, we can overcome that a little bit. We have a lot of guys that can play. We're pretty comfortable putting 9 or 10 guys in there. But we can stay with the rotation better. And you kind of look at the minutes tonight. We got to get some guys out late, but we only had one guy over 20 minutes tonight. So we, you know, we was able to spread that out. And even in the pregame, I told the guys that you know, on the back-to-back weekends, we have a big advantage with the depth we have, plus the experience we have. You know, because you don't have a lot of time to talk about these teams, and that's when those two things make a big difference too. So I thought they did a nice job of using that depth, but also just kind of knowing the game plan. We can come through and just kind of go through a walkthrough and you know, talk about the strengths of the other team, and I thought we took those away pretty well. The Pierce kid's a really nice player. He still hit some shots. He's going to do that. But I thought we did a pretty decent job on him on the defensive end, and we kept 2 or 3 different fresh guys on him, and I think that made a difference too.
And once again, you reached your defensive goal here tonight, I would think.
Yeah, we did, and you know, did a pretty good job on the glass. You know, that was the other thing. You know, we want to dominate the glass, and I think it ended up, I think we got 28-15 or something like that, and it was, I think we out-rebounded Henryville last night by about 20 as well. So that's a big advantage for us too. But we got a lot of guys that crash. We got a lot of length out there. We really wanted to work on our man-to-man tonight. We played a little of our 1-3-1 last night, but you know, you've got to be able to get stops in your man-to-man. And I'd say we played 80% man-to-man tonight probably, and did a pretty good job in it. But that's there. We got to keep improving. You know, you can keep improving on the defensive end, and there's some adjustments you can make. We got to communicate better. And again, you know, even though it's a good win on paper, you know, you're still going to look back and it isn't ever as good as you think it is, never as bad as you think it is. So you know, we'll find a lot to pick out of too.
Well, we needed to see what you would look like on the court, and after 2 games, Coach, as you mentioned, there's a lot of positives to build upon.
Lots of positives. We got a lot of kids that can do a lot of things. I think the JV's playing well. They're playing hard. You know, that's been an adjustment for them, just to getting them to play the speed they have to play. And you know, they can't get much done in practice, but we just keep telling them, you know, just keep on grinding. It makes a difference when you start playing JV teams, and you know, they've been hanging their heads a little bit. So it's just kind of nice to see them, you know, play some JV teams and kind of do some of the things we've been trying to do, because it's just kind of a struggle for them in practice with all these juniors and seniors. There's just so much of the strength and physicality out there that you know, but it's just going to make them better. You know, it just takes some time, and they're going to have to see that a little bit, but they're getting better for sure too.
Coach, finally get some practice now after some game experience starting on Monday. Only 1 game to worry about next week, but it is a big one. You'll be back at home and in conference play.
And we needed to see some games. We needed that tape. Some of those kids need that. Some kids can learn on the court sometimes, but you got other kids that you know, you really got to show them what they're doing wrong. You can tell them, but they don't get it until you can point it out. You can back it up. You can show it 2 and 3 times. This is what we're talking about. And you know, that tape is really big sometimes. So we'll take advantage of that. Also gives us some time now that we're into these normal weeks. We can get some shots up. You know, those first 2 or 3 weeks, you just got to get everything in, and you know, you're kind of scrambling to do that. You know, you got to go through all your offensive, defense, out of bounds plays, so many things, and you don't have a lot of time just to shoot some free throws. And of course, we have done that, but just get to do it a little bit more. And you know, that's something we got to work on. You know, I feel like even when we shoot in practice, we just need to break down even the routine. You know, every time you take a free throw in practice, it's got to be exactly like you take it in the game. And sometimes they just walk up there and they'll shoot a set of 10. Well, you know, it has to be exactly like you do in the game. You want things to just be exactly the same. And we have to adjust that some. You know, we have to talk about that some. We have to break that down. It's just kind of amazing all the little things you have to go through. And it'll start to make a difference. But, you know, you just got to do it over and over and over, just to create those good habits and we're still building those. We've got some pretty good ones already, and again, we like our group. Great crowd tonight. Home court. We want to always take care of home court, and we just get to play with a lot of energy.
That they did tonight again. Coach, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you Monday on Coach's Show.
Okay, thank you.
Head Coach Dusty Cole of the Paoli Rams, victorious tonight, 80-32. We'll come back to wrap up the Buddies Food and Fuel postgame show. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home? Protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
A big doubleheader weekend, 2 victories for the Rams to open up regular season play last night on the road at Henryville. Coming back tonight to take care of the Lanesville Eagles 80-32 to improve to 2-0 on the season. And for Lanesville, well, the Rams have had their mastery. They've won 8 out of the last 10 and now 5 in a row. For Coach Carruthers and the Eagles, they'll be back in action on Tuesday night. They'll take on Meade County at Lanesville. For the Rams, just one game next week, and that'll be a big one in conference play as Coach Ashton Mitten will bring his West Washington Senators to Chambers Gymnasium on Friday night. Our next broadcast will be Lady Rams basketball. We'll be in Patoka Lake action for Coach Aaron Key's team for the first time this season, as the Rams will be on the road Thursday night at the Doghouse to take on the Orleans Lady Bulldogs. So we invite you to tune in, and better yet, just bring your radio and join us at the Doghouse for that matchup between these two county and conference rivals. Here tonight at Chambers Gymnasium, the Rams jump out to a 12-0 lead, never look back, and coast to that 80-32 victory for Lanesville in the losing cause, led by Nolan Pierce with 15. The Rams, they have 3 players in double figures. Kirkland Hughes off the bench with 11, Chad Sullivan with 17, and Dane Padgett, another big night, leading all scorers with a game-high 22. As always, I want to thank our great sponsors for allowing us to bring you high school basketball, not only tonight, but throughout the entire season. A big thank you as well to our engineer and producer back at the studio. A great job, as always, by Melissa Wall. And most of all, thanks to you for listening. For Bert Pedigo, I'm Dave Dedrick. As we wrap up the Buddies Food and Fuel postgame show, Buddies Food and Fuel on North Gospel Street in Paoli. Your final tonight from Chambers Gymnasium on the James A. Babcock Court on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. It was Paoli 80, Lanesville 32. Good night, everybody.
This coverage of high school sports on Mix 95.3 WUME has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Binder Lumber, Buddies Food and Fuel, Cave and Cal Car Quarries, Gilman Scott Funeral Home, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, Hoosier Hardware, In Focus Eye Care, Jeremy Payton Edward Jones, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC and Orange County Fiber, Orange County CASA, Paoli Health and Living Community, Springs Valley Bank and Trust, Summers Seamless Guttering, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Springer Insurance, Team OC Youth Mentoring, Whitfield Investments, and the Orange County Community Foundation. Thanks for supporting local athletes, local schools, and local radio. This has been Mix 95.3 WUME, your home for local